Hello everyone and welcome back to a very blustery Magical Moon video. We're in the midst of Storm Benjamin here in France and it has been a whirlwind in the last 24 hours, but we've still got the legends and all the other animals to do, and Thomas especially has to go out and stretch those legs to help that condition that he's got. So we've got a little bit of a calm, although it might not seem it from your side, but it's a little bit of a calm in the storm. We've got to get him in, and then we've got, well, we're going to make a dynamic trio. You won't want to miss it. He's back in, and as you can see, he's stuck into his hay. And a lot of you have mentioned about his feet, what's happening with them. And we've started to put his feet on little wooden blocks. And what that means is we're going to just be able to tidy up or trim around the edges. But I think it's really important to remember, and we're drawing from the professionals. So Gregory, the wizard that did Tiny Tim, he suspected, he thought that he might never have had his feet done. And that's a real shocker and a real revelation in lots of ways. We don't want to go at them too much too quickly, and that will cause him a lot of discomfort. So we're thinking more along the lines of the wooden block system with a little bit of a trim, with a view to, as he gets stronger and his health improves, we'll be able to get a little bit more in depth. But for the time being, it's so lovely just to see him start to fill out and, yeah, be a little bit more of his former self. Let's go and see if we can... yeah, we're going to change things up a bit now, so let's go. Not many moons ago we rescued the lovely Eeyore alongside Sweet Pea, and he was the foal at foot when we got them from that, well, it was a horrendous situation in that holding facility prior to going to slaughter. And little did we know that Sweet Pea had one in dispatches, and that was the beautiful little Tiny Tim, who's obviously now with us. And if you haven't seen him, you've got to check out those videos. He's such a little darling. And Eeyore had the castration procedure not so long ago, and as you can see, he's a little bit feisty, and you can see back in those previous videos he's definitely all there. But now things are calming down a bit. We're going to see if we can create a little bit of a more active lifestyle for him, because he does pal up with Tintin, the old boy, but Tintin's more of a pipe and slippers, and Eeyore's ready to go out and take on the town. So we think we've got a solution, so let's show you. So I'm down at the new donkey digs, and in there is Pip and Peggy, and I think Pip's going to be a really, really good addition to the lifestyle of Eeyore, because she's young and playful, and we've got Peggy to keep an eye on them. I think it's going to work really well. So it's going to be a little, well, a trio of friends, because these guys have been separated from the other Poitou donkeys, the Poitou princesses Annabelle and Alice, because they weren't faring so well. They were very, very malnourished, and we've covered it in other videos, and they're picking up now. They're really showing some good, well, they're putting on that much needed condition. But these two, they've always been all right, and Pip's so very, very sweet. I think she's going to definitely have a good time with Eeyore. So all there's left to do now is get them together.
Someday I hope to make 'em mine.
We're now down behind the donkey den in this beautiful area, and it rolls down to the stream where they can get their water from. And it's so lovely to see Eeyore in his new environment. And he's been out in those early days, of course, he was always with Sweet Pea, and he's mixed with all the other animals. But I think this is going to work really well because, as I said before, Pip is very young and she's got all that vibrancy that he has, but he's also got the guidance from Peggy, who's a little bit, well, she's got a few years under her belt, and she's keeping things, she's more of as a bit of a stepmum, a bit of a foster mummy for him. And it's just another part of his development. As with all the animals here, there's no harm in changing it around. The most important thing is that it works well for them and it gives them what they need. And this is that perfect solution. And as you can see, he's definitely finding his feet and enjoying his new surroundings. I'm with the mighty Max, who is looking a bit forlorn, and he's still got that eye ulcer, which is improving with the treatment. And since the vet came, she did a blood test for his Cushing, so that's the other complication or condition that he has. It gives him this really shaggy coat, makes him look very distinctive, but it's a side effect of his condition. We have to manage that, so we clip his hair off to help him regulate his temperature. And there are lots of other bits we have to attend to, but adjusting his medication on a regular basis is really important to keep on top of the condition. And I guess the closest thing you could say, it would be like diabetes in humans. So there's lots of dietary issues and other stuff going on. It's just another day here. It is a retirement home for elderly equines, so it's just what we do. The next job is to give him his eye treatment, and then we're going to go and catch up with a very special little someone. So we're with that very special little someone, and it is Tiny Tim, and of course the beautiful Sweet Pea. We came up here because we're doing our daily routine, which is getting him mucked out, and then he goes a little bit haywire, and then while he's doing that we let Sweet Pea go for a wander. But we did have we've got a ball, we've got another toy, we've got a thing which he can pull about and throw about, which he does. And he did have a blow up chicken, but the chicken's lost its squeak, so we've upgraded to a pig. See how long that lasts. But as you can see, he's full of life and he's full of vitality. He's giving his mum a nice big hug because she's just come back from her walk. But we are in those early stages, and we're just waiting on Gregory the farrier to give us the update on when he's going to come back, because I think definitely now it's time that we need to do a little bit of adjustment. And then we're going to do a little bit of halter training with him. So Jenny was just saying he's now big enough that we can just put that halter on him, or head collar, and we can just start manoeuvring him about. It's really important to be able to handle them, especially with what he's doing. He's been so good as a little baby donkey with all the treatments he's been having, but as he gets a bit bigger and a bit more boisterous, I think we're going to need to keep him on a little bit of a tight leash. Bye-bye. Now it's time to go down to the Legends barn and catch up with a few, well, we've got a very unlikely pairing. I think you're going to love it. I'm here with Little and Large, and we give them a bit of together time because little Captain Jack Sparrow lives just behind me, and this is BFG's stable, and they love that togetherness, and they can ramble about in here and they can pick at each other's food, and then it's time for him to go back because at the moment the maternity unit's in full swing, so Captain's been relocated. It's lovely to see everyone together and so content, and thank you all so much for your lovely comments, your support, and of course your donations. You make it all possible, and it's lovely to be able to share their lives with you guys. And on that note, I'm going to say stay magical. It definitely sounds like dinner time. We'll see you again.